Jesus would have died for just one person of the 1.3 billion who live in India, Bhutan, Nepal, and the Maldives. That's how much he loves the people here in the Southern Asia division of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The work of the Adventist Church began in Southern Asia and India in 1893. 5 colporteurs, 2 from America and a family of 3 from New Zealand, arrived to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. The next year brought another missionary, Georgia Burris. The mission board of the Seventh-day Adventist Church paid Georgia's passage from the United States to India. Once there, she was responsible for her own living expenses. But God provided in miraculous ways. Later, she married a fellow missionary, and together they ministered in India for 40 years. From these humble beginnings, the Adventist Church in Southern Asia has grown to 1.6 million members. We praise God for this growth. But the vast majority of people in this region have not yet heard the good news about Jesus. Less than 1% of the population are Adventist. The Maldives, a country of 392,000 people, has no Adventist work. More than 800 languages are spoken in Nepal, Bhutan, and India. We have materials in only a handful of those languages. And yet church members, such as global mission pioneers, are sharing the love of Jesus in communities throughout this vast territory. Urban centers of influence have been established in cities, and thousands are being helped through schools and medical institutions. Shir Memorial Hospital has been treating the sick in Nepal since 1960, and there are 11 more Adventist hospitals that offer holistic medical care in India. Thousands receive a holistic education at 144 Adventist secondary schools and 9 institutions of higher education across India, including Spicer Adventist University. Hope Channel India broadcasts in 9 languages, sharing stories of encouragement and inspiration to people such as Rajesh. Overwhelmed with financial difficulties in his family, Rajesh just couldn't concentrate at work. He lost his job and became depressed. One day he came across Hope Channel India's prayer line and asked for prayer. This was the first step in getting to know Jesus and finding hope for his family. He now has a new job to provide for his family. Please continue to pray for the people of India, Bhutan, Nepal, and the Maldives. And pray for the church. With limited resources, and in the face of many challenges, it seeks to remain faithful to God's call. Thank you for your mission offerings, which fuel mission in the Southern Asia Division and around the world. When Sarah's husband left her 4 years ago, she knew she had to find a way to support herself, but she didn't know where to look for a job. She prayed for direction, and God impressed her to share His word with the people living around her. Sarah began visiting her neighbors in their homes.
I prayed for the sick, and they got well. I prayed for those who had evil spirits, and the spirits went away. I prayed for those who couldn't have children, and they were able to start a family.
Some people were happy when Sarah visited them, but others didn't like it. One day, Sarah visited a family who was worshiping an idol. They demanded that she worship with them, but she refused. One young woman angrily plunged Sarah's hand into a pot of boiling oil.
I prayed, and when I removed my hand from the oil, it wasn't burned at all.
The next day, the young woman's father called Sarah to apologize. He asked her to pray for his family. Sarah was happy to uplift this family in prayer.
Now they are changed. They have accepted God, and they worship with us.
5 families witnessed Sarah escape serious injury that day. They were amazed, and they too have asked her to pray for them. When the local Adventist pastor learned about Sarah's miraculous experience, he told her, "You need to work for God." He offered her a position as a global mission pioneer, and Sarah eagerly accepted it. 4 years later, she still visits families in her community. She prays with them and shares literature about Jesus. On Sabbaths, she invites a group of women to worship in her home. Every Wednesday, she hosts a Bible study. There are many widows and orphans in her city, and Sarah does all she can to meet their spiritual and physical needs. She often buys the women saris or food for their families.
As a pioneer, it's not only about prayer or just going to their houses. If I have extra clothes, I want to clothe them. If they need food, I will feed them. It's my duty.
Sarah is no longer sad that her husband abandoned her.
After he left, God has given me more strength so that I can preach the gospel and tell people that He is coming soon. He is taking care of me.
Sarah asks you to pray for the people of her city.
I want them to be ready for the second coming. I also want to appeal to everyone to be an example to others and serve them wholeheartedly.
Sarah has found her greatest joy in being a global mission pioneer.
I'm happy, and I'm willing to serve God as long as I'm alive.
Please pray for Sarah and all our global mission pioneers around the world who are sharing the good news of Jesus' love and soon return.